Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Victory Talk. Hey, ladies.
Hi, hey.
It's Friday. Y'all not excited about it being Friday? Y'all real
Oh, we super
quiet. It's a
excited.
new year. Key's supposed to be opening up, but I think she might have took a nap over there. I don't know.
No, I'm good. Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm a little bit more relaxed tonight because I didn't have to go into the office today, so I'm not in my usual happy Friday. I mean, I'm still happy that it's Friday, but I'm just already in chill mode. So
So,
happy Friday, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
so Key, were the kids home with you today?
They
So that's why.
were.
All right, y'all. Y'all can't make me laugh. All right.
But everybody was home, so it was all right. They ain't work my nerves too bad.
I'm surprised they ain't came through the door yet.
Oh gosh, they've been threatened.
So, Lisa, did you work from home too?
I did, yes.
Oh wow, nice. And then is it a quiet house over there? You still got a full house too.
Yes, but they're gone during the day.
Oh, bless the Lord, bless the Lord. So it feels like forever since we've been together, y'all. So what's
Yes.
up? How was
Well,
well? I was gonna say how was Christmas, and then I was gonna say well how was New Year's. But y'all know over here, you know what? Well, we kind of was all dealing kind of with the same stuff. So yeah, yeah, and
yeah.
I'm still coughing. I'm still
Me
coughing,
too.
y'all. So I'm putting
Yeah.
my disclaimer out there early. Y'all, please don't think hard on me. I'm trying to work it out. I got my tea and my nice little victory talk cup. Thank you, Mr. Producer, for looking out for me. But yeah, yeah. So what was that? How was your, at least how was your New Year? How about that?
Much better than my Christmas. But I was super ecstatic that it was my sister's birthday. So I was sorry I couldn't join you, but that's okay. That's okay. Me and Ty, we plan to crash next year, God willing. So expect at least four more people.
At least four more people.
Yes, four more people. Yeah, we can't travel without our other half. So we're gonna be in there. I'm right there with you. New Year's was definitely better. Everybody was feeling better, and it was still couldn't really do too much because with these numbers out here going crazy, we just really kept it, low key. But New Year's Eve was a lot of fun. We did a family vision board and we ate a ton of food and just cut up and talked to my mom on Duo. So it was almost like she was here. So I can't complain. We in this, I don't even know if I want to say in this season anymore, but in this current state of affairs, we are figuring out ways just to be. That's all I can say. We're still living, we're breathing, so we just making it do what it do.
That's a good topic right there. That really that's a good topic. We might have to do a whole show around that because that's some for real stuff. Just figuring out how to be, just moving on, living,
Yes.
and I know it seems like we've been in this, and I know we haven't gotten to our stuff yet, but it seems like we have been in this for all going on 2 years now. It seemed like a
Yeah.
long time.
Yes.
Here we are, churches are going back virtual. We back to, you wear a mask everywhere, although we should have been still wearing our mask everywhere anyway. But and now we're at that point where the just the regular mask is not sufficient.
No.
Just the mask. We were all having our little cute mask made and what have you. And now that's not sufficient enough. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole topic, girl. That's a whole topic. That's a
And look,
whole
before
topic.
we even get into our first topic, just getting, good. just, what do they call it? COVID fatigue. Like I kept on hearing that a year ago. Everybody was going through COVID fatigue, and I'm just like now, really starting to feel it, and just continually going through the motions. It seems like every time we take, a couple steps forward, then we take a couple back. And literally, about an hour ago, I got an email from the school that the school is going virtual for a couple days this week, all last minute. So parents are panicking, trying to figure out, what they're going to do with the kids. And I guess they're giving teachers a couple of days off to prepare and plan just in case. Well, they're saying just in case they go virtual. They already kind of be knowing what
they know
they're doing, but behind the scenes, they just wait till the last minute to tell folks. But it's coming again, and it's just like prayerfully it won't be that long. We could just get through the rest of January, maybe February, and then just kind of move forward again.
So are you saying that they're going virtual next week for next week?
Baltimore County Public Schools, yes, will be at least from Monday and Tuesday. The plan right now is to go back into the building on Wednesday, but we'll see, because if they're taking off Monday and Tuesday to plan for virtual, then it's kind of not sounding likely that they'll go back on Wednesday. But you heard it first, y'all. If you hadn't checked your emails, I'm sorry. Parents, teachers, check your emails. My bad, but yeah, that's what's happening.
Y'all know what? I gotta throw Key under the bus. Y'all know Key is my girl, but she real good with them spoiler alerts. Now I just got to go ahead and get my big girl panties on and pull sisters up and send Pastor back to the basement because he don't like it. But I like sisters. But Key done already put the business in the street. I was like, look at her.
Look, don't shoot the messenger. That's all I got to say. I'm right there with y'all. I feel you, okay?
I'm like, oh my gosh. So I can't wait to get into that. Probably that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow while he doing his studying and stuff. So maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. I want to say something else to y'all. So I saw this message on social media, and it told January to come in here and sit down and act like you got some sense. And January didn't quite like that, did she?
I posted that.
That was you.
I feel like, she did not. I feel like I can talk trash towards January because it's my month. So January, cut the crap, okay?
Well, she letting you know
two times.
In 1 week. She letting you know right up front what she think about what you said.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like,
I'm telling y'all now.
Oh,
she's like,
whatever.
That's the vibe.
You're not running nothing around here.
Yeah, she by Felicia me, for real.
Not just you. We all paying for your stuff. It's them little sisters, Lisa. It's the little sister. Always the little sister gotta be starting something.
And I can say that since I'm not the little
You're not the little sister anymore.
So y'all just threw me completely under. That's all right.
And we run it up, back it up.
The baby always got to be the troublemaker. So I don't know that. And I'm going to blame you even when you don't do stuff.
And you are wearing it well, ma'am. You are doing it, and doing it well.
All right, y'all. We're about to get into these hot topics for tonight. Trying to keep it a little on the light side. I know I said that last time, and we had like one or two heavy things, but we try to keep it, a little bit on the lighter side. It's a new year.
Happy New Year. Let's be happy.
Yes, we got plenty of time to, to come with the everything else. But we're gonna start off talking about, and this is gonna make some heads turn and some gears grind and all of that other good stuff. But this first one is, I don't know, y'all. So implanted microchip could be used to verify COVID-19 vax status. So there's a company in Sweden called the Epicenter. They're now presenting a possible way to carry around your COVID-19 passport under your skin, according to a viral video. So imagine showing your COVID-19 passport with just a flash of your arm, the video says at the beginning, showing a person holding out their arm and scanning it with a mobile phone. So dating all the way back to 2014, they began having these, what they're calling transplant parties for employees, a social setting to get chips embedded into themselves. And then in August of 2017, a company in Wisconsin named Free Square Market became the first in America to offer free microchip implants to its employees. Those chips gave employees access to locked rooms and the ability to buy food and drinks in the free room. So it has been predicted by tech and business leaders that up to half of Americans, I don't know who these half of Americans is going to be, but up to half of Americans supposedly by the year 2025 is going to be chipped. So they're saying they wouldn't be surprised if within 10 years, 50% of Americans have some type of implant, because at the end of the day, the implant can reduce the size of your wallet or whatever you carry in your purse by about 30 to 40%. The procedure can be done for as little as $100, and it's reportedly completely reversible. So we want to know, what are your thoughts on this? And would you be willing to get chipped as little as $100, and it's reportedly? I'll go last.
All right, I'll go first.
We might be all on the same page with this, but y'all go.
I'm never going to agree to that. I just can't. One, because when it comes to electronics, there are flaws. And let's say, for instance, we agreed to do this chip thing. Now, our dogs are being stolen. Expensive little dogs are being stolen with chips in them, being cut out. Look, if you want my wallet, I can give you my wallet out of my purse, out of my pocket, out of my hand. Here's a cell phone, here's the keys, whatever you want. But I'm not going to have you to be trying now to cut into me to take my chip so that you can have whatever benefits you think I have. Like, no, I can't. That's the line.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I hadn't even thought on those lines. Go ahead, Lady Jack.
Did anybody see the Left Behind movies, the Left Behind series?
Yes.
Instantly, that's where my mind went. Okay, the marking, they want to scan you to see who you belong to. No, you don't have to fake phony put that chip or mark me or this, that, and the other to know whose I am. I'm a child of God, and I tell you right up front, you don't have to do that to me. I really, I'm not feeling that. I'm so not feeling that. That's some bull crap, and I think that's going to have a whole lot of different ramifications. I think that's just going to be across the board. Okay, and so then what about the people who don't want to do it? Is this going to be mandatory? It's going to be something that I'm going to have to do?
Yes.
And so, and then you can, right. And then you can track me, what I'm doing, where I'm going. Big Brother is already watching. But you know what? Right now, we already having our concerns that when we turn off our computers or our cameras really off, Alexa, she
always listening.
She always listening. She probably that. She's okay. So we're not going to say her name right now. Her. She always listening, and don't you think somebody is listening? With her listening. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling that.
This is why we, talk about these things, because just listening to or reading up on, some of the conspiracy theorists and the things that people say. But even set aside from that, like you said, my first thought when I read that went to control, went to tracking, went to spying, went to, invasion of privacy, all of those kinds of things. Because as I was talking with Lishan about it, I don't know if y'all seen that movie. I think it was called End Time with Justin Timberlake, and they had these they had like an implant type situation, and they had to buy time like to live. And so, you know, it just kind of reminds me of one of those like futuristic type. Listen, I'll carry my little card. It's not that big. It's in my, you know, it's in my wallet now. No problem. If you know, and I got a picture of it just in case I lose it. You know, and I mean, I just really wonder, you know, when these things come out, it's just always a hidden agenda and it's more to it. And then, you know, you get these chips and you're just free range for everything.
I think it's more to it
Oh,
because the
it's
first talk I heard of the chip was back when, like, almost 30 years ago, they wanted to chip the babies so that if they were stolen from the
Yes.
hospital, they could track them. And I felt like that was a way of trying to, you know, get the chips into humans. And then they said, how about put a chip inside of your gun hand that only your gun will recognize you and wouldn't fire off. So every time you turn around, now this COVID thing is another talk of the chip. So they're really trying to push this and find ways where the people would actually agree to do this. But the chaos that we have now with just having a card is so much, it's gonna be worse. We know it's gonna be worse.
I wonder if this was in any way, brought about because of the people who were copying the cards and, pretending like they had already gone and gotten vaccinated, but they really hadn't. Remember, we talked about this on one of our other shows, the police officer who faked it, the police officers, because it was more than one. But I wonder if it has anything to do with that. Are they trying to eliminate situations like that? Is that the alternative? I don't know, but either way, I'm not for it. It is not appealing, and yeah, you're not gonna be cutting meat, sticking nothing in me. No, if I wasn't born with it, I don't want it.
Right.
Other than the raw that's in my, that's keeping me walking. But
yeah,
that's just my thoughts on it.
Entirely too much. And we have a viewer online this week, More Greenwich. She says it's control. And I absolutely believe that. It's just another way or excuse for them to say, okay, hey, now that y'all got these chips, we're going to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z. And it's like you've already, kind of gotten it in. So then now you have to probably pay money to get it taken back out if they come out and say, well, we're going to do all of these other things that we had originally disclosed that we're going to do. Then you got to spend more money to get it back out.
It sounds like,
who knows if it's going to be like some type of, you know what I mean? Like some type of permanent thing. You put something in and then you supposedly take it out, but who's to say that
they really take it out?
There's not going to be something left behind. Yeah.
How many girls lost their birth control in their arm? There's so many people that little Norplant device, it gets in there and then it moves. So,
and then we are also living in a society where our bodies are constantly changing, your body chemistry and everything. So next thing you know, they done planted this chip in you, and you having all kind of reactions and this, that, and the third. And yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. Miss Victoria, I love Miss Victoria, and y'all know she always gonna say something real special. She said, in reference to the chip, only if they are serving salsa. Really, Miss Victoria? Only chips, only if they are serving salsa.
And chips, yeah.
And salsa and chips, yeah. But good evening, Miss Victoria. We welcome you. And Panetta, I think I saw Panetta down there as well. So we're excited to have y'all here. So please, anybody else, if you want to chime in and share your thoughts on that, and just so y'all know, y'all heard it here. Be on the lookout because they trying to slide this in. They trying to slide it in. So we're going to go to our next topic. We're going to move on to our next topic. And this one is really interesting. When Keith shared it, I was like, "Ooh, go ahead, little brother. Go ahead, little dude. You did that." So this one is about a bathroom barber. This young man This young man, yeah, am I on the right one? Yes, I am. This young man, his name is Cameron Tucker. He was suspended. He is facing suspension for running a barbershop in school. And he ends up landing some career opportunities behind it. Although he got his first gig in a bathroom at Renaissance High School in Detroit, Michigan, it seems as though 16-year-old Cameron Tucker will go very far in what he started with doing. Tucker first picked up cutting hair over the summer after learning the basics from his uncle Tuck, according to Fox 2 News. Later on, what started as cutting his younger cousins and his friends and relatives' hair, it turned into a successful business of him servicing. Get this, he didn't just stop there. He took it a step higher. He started doing his football teammates, and his fellow classmates, all right? And then he was caught cutting his clientele of classmates' hair in the bathroom during study hall, and he was given a 1-day suspension. But after his suspension, Cameron caught the attention of Sebastian Jackson, the owner of the Social Club Grooming Company, whose regular clientele includes former NBA player Jalen Rose, rapper Big Sean, former Lions running back Reggie Bush, just to name a few. Now, Jackson recognized Tucker's passion as he did in himself, because that's the way he started at the age of 15. Jackson reached out and he took a moment and he sat and he chatted with the young entrepreneur via Zoom, of course, because y'all know we in this COVID world. Jackson told him that he has become so good at his craft in such a short period of time that he offered him the chance to train with him. He also provided Cameron with advice to elevate his skills and shared his own personal barber journey. This is truly, before I ask my question, this is truly one of those situations where your gifts will make room for you. Yes. I am so proud of this young man. So I ask you guys, what are your thoughts on this story? And was the suspension too harsh for the situation?
I kind of think on this one that that's one of those, I forget what the saying says, but basically like do what you're gonna do and then like accept whatever consequences later. Because I almost feel like, that would be like my daughter, doing hair or doing makeup or something like that, and then getting caught, doing it on the side at school. If I'm at home and I'm trying to nurture her gift and help her to, excel in whatever it is that she loves, I kind of would feel wrong, like telling her to not, you know what I'm saying? I know you're not supposed to do it at school, but at the same time, like this is your passion and this is something that a skill that you've developed that you've been doing on the side. And so, I mean, if that was my son and he got suspended for that, I'm just thinking about all of the other things that he could have gotten suspended for that's much that, you know what I mean? And so also sometimes, we look at what it led to, from him doing this and it going viral. Now he has got the attention, of some famous barber who is kind of taking him under his wing, and who knows what type of doors are going to be, opened up as a result of this. So I say kudos to him, Mama. I hope you weren't too hard on him for him getting suspended. I suspect that she wasn't. And I say, go for it. I think it's great.
I'm really, so proud of him.
Yeah, I am. I am. I think one of the things that it brings to mind for me is that, and this is mainly when I think about being a teenager in high school, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at Kiara's little eyeshadow or her little lips, because where do we learn how to apply makeup? I mean, really, we played with makeup when we were little girls at home and this, that, and the third, and we played with our dolls. Kalia do it all the time, I know. But you know what? When we were in high school, and it usually happened around, high school, maybe the end of middle school. But you were in the bathroom with your girls, and your girlfriend, she bought her little makeup, and you bought your little makeup, and your mama told you wasn't gonna be no makeup wearing yet. But what did you do when you got to school? In the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
And some of these makeup artists, they got their start learning how to apply makeup and to make up, really get into it by doing their girlfriend's makeup and their cousins and their classmates and things like that. And so I think that I don't know that I feel like he should have been suspended for that. Is there something in the school? Right. Is there something in the school rules that said, oh, you shouldn't be doing this on the, did he not clean up behind himself? Was it because he was and he was making?
I kind of wonder if, I kind of feel like maybe he was like, I don't know if it was on a lunch break or something, but I kind of feel like maybe it was like a supposed to be in class type situation. I mean, it didn't say that in story.
Study hall.
Okay, yeah.
So if I'm supposed to be in study hall, that's my time, right? That's my time. Am I on the teacher's time?
Not really.
Break in between their classes.
Oh, you already know what kind of student I was then, right?
Listen, I wasn't even in study hall. I was somewhere else. But yeah, I think
don't let the kids hear you say that. Don't let the children hear you say that.
you better do as I say and not as I do. But yeah, I think the whole point of study hall is to be studying. So that might be why, but I'm just saying, if I was his mama, he'd have get pants for that.
Yeah, I don't think that I would have gave him any, business. I wouldn't have gave him no hard way about that. That's just my point of view, I don't know. But
oh, all right. We got a comment. Miss B said, great entrepreneurship. He will go far. Absolutely. And the fact that he learned this, picked up the skill, from kind of watching his uncle and stuff like that. Some people are just born with natural talent. And a lot of times they don't know that they have that within them until they go, I didn't know that I could paint or draw until I, started to do it. That's the only way that you can discover these things sometimes. So had he not done that, that might have been something that he never would have even, known or discovered about himself.
And we talked about makeup, but what about, the beauticians of the world?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How many of these young women learn how to do hair by doing hair?
Absolutely.
Fixing their friends' hair, fixing their cousins' hair. I think that I'm very proud of him that he allowed his gift to cultivate and to do something positive with it. Think about all the things he could have been doing.
That's what I'm saying.
All the things that he could have been doing. Well, he could have been, selling stuff or, hustling in the, cafeterias, something that he shouldn't have been doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I'm impressed. And I'm all the more impressed by the young man who took notice and he's helping him. Because I think a lot in today's society, it's not a lot of people who see somebody, trying to level up and say, hey, I'm going to help you. Not what can I get from it? Not how can I benefit? He said, I'm going to help you level up. I'm going to help you grow, because I'm really impressed. I really am. So that's my 2 cents on it.
It's enough room for everybody at the top.
Yes.
And most of us don't think that. They think I got to get ahead and I got to step on whoever I need to get there. But actually, it is enough room for a lot, like everybody, to be at the top.
When I go up, y'all go.
I'm going to roll on down to the next topic because y'all, we talk about hot topics. This one is hot, fire, hot. So The title of this one is "Are You Single Until Married?" All right, y'all. Tie your boots on extra tight for this one. So this all got started when Keke Palmer posted a video on her TikTok, and she was seemingly exasperated as she talked about how men often want to make a woman their girlfriend, assumingly just for a title and security purposes, without necessarily wanting to or being ready for the long-term commitment that comes with that status. She's saying guys be like, I want you to be my girlfriend, but are you going to marry me? Are we ready to take it somewhere out of kid world? She says, because I'm not trying to be locked into nothing unless you're going to lock me in for life. Because we can just kick it and be friends until you're ready to go. So in the caption of the clip, she additionally noted, I don't believe in girlfriend and boyfriend. I'm single till I'm married. Let's just kick it, love. So as we've all heard before, one of the users said, well, according to taxes, we don't check I'm in a relationship. And then another one classically added, the IRS says you're single until married. So interestingly enough, others argue that if a man said, this I promise, y'all wouldn't agree with this at all. And if one user went as far to say, okay, so when your man pops up with another woman and tells you he was single, how would you feel then? So our question to y'all is, traditionally we date and then engagement and then marriage, it's kind of like the grand scheme of things. But what are your thoughts on, are you single and so married? Because I know, for me coming up, and I guess it's still a thing. I mean, with all of these monogamies and polyamories and polygamy, all of this craziness that's going on. But it used to be, you're my boyfriend or girlfriend. We're dating, we're in a relationship, and then engaged and then married. I mean, so I'm guessing that that's not, and I can see her point of view. I get it because, I used to tell people all the time, one of the things that I'm going to teach my daughter is to not do too much too soon. Because I used to do that as well. And that whole saying, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free type thing. Don't be around here cooking, cleaning, baking, doing all of these wifely duties. Show them your potential, but don't give them so much to where they don't need to, lock it down. And that's a whole other situation. But what do y'all think about Miss Palmer's single until married?
You asking two married women. I mean, I think that should have been I think you should have had some single people.
No, not really.
No.
We can help. We can help because we're mentoring the young women, and I agree with her wholeheartedly. One, because a lot of males today are being raised by women, so they don't have that male perspective that they need to have. They go outside for male companionship, but they still have the gossiping ways of women because they are being raised by mothers and aunties and stuff. So they don't know that this is how you're supposed to carry yourself. You find your wife, you start a family, and you be productive. They're out here for the fun of it. Then we have the little beta men who just want to have fun. They don't want the responsibilities. So we need our young women to stand with Keke and say, hey, I am value. I am the gift that God gave you. And that's how you should treat me. No less than that. So I
hear you, and I am on the fence because, and the reason why I'm on the fence because it goes both ways. Being a mother of 4 sons, it goes both ways. I definitely believe that. But at the same time, I mean, when I was, dating, my lovey, he better had not told me he was kicking it with somebody else. I got his throat. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I felt like we in a committed relationship and we agreed. And I think that that's the key.
That's it.
I think that that's the key. If you and your spouse agree that you're in a committed relationship, no matter whether or not how you put the title on it, whether you say we girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, because after you reach a certain age, you're not trying to be nobody's girlfriend. significant other or whatever, I don't know, I'm a side piece, whatever. But whatever you agree that you are, then I think that's that gives you your guidelines. That gives you and the parameters of which you can operate within. I do wholeheartedly agree. Listen, if you ain't made me your wife, don't be expecting me to do wifely things. I'm not going to expect you to be doing husbandly things if you're not if I don't want you to be my husband. So I feel like I agree with that. But if she don't want to be locked down, hey, if you want to kick it with her, you just gonna be no. Then that's all you get. This is what you get.
She's saying she wants you to make that decision. Like there's so many people that don't have that conversation. They just assume. Yeah. And then when they take the situation to a more intimate level, they still assume. So then she's like, hey, you're gonna get my hair and nails done. And he's saying, hey, are you gonna do all these things? But no one never talked about the thing, because when it comes to the marriage counseling and they come into the marriage and they say, hey, we can't talk to each other, because they never did.
Right.
Everybody's just assumed. So for her to put it out there to say, this is what we're gonna do, it has to be this level of conversation to say, hey, Kiki, I really want to date you with the intention of marrying you. I want to see how this go. Then that is a lockdown to say, we're not seeing other people. We're only solely for, because I think if I go out with you a couple of times, and even if you took me on a vacation, if we didn't talk about it, I might be going on a vacation with someone else 2 weeks from now, and I don't expect you to say nothing because I am my own person. We didn't talk about it. I'm not going to assume anything.
Right. Mm-hmm. I agree. You definitely need to talk about it. So to our married, our single viewers, we want to know what's your thoughts. What you think on this topic? And so we do see a couple comments from who. Go ahead. She yours. Go ahead.
Listen, I don't claim her on this platform. I already told y'all. That's
Miss Victoria.
That's Miss Victoria. Miss Victoria said, just cook him a little something to show him your skills, just a taste.
Just give him
the weights of his heart. I know that's right. That's why I said, show him a little something, but don't be making this ain't gonna be no regular thing.
Yeah.
This is not gonna be this is not gonna be the expectation.
And you don't need to go over his house and clean up. All you have to do is keep your house clean, and he will know that you keep a clean house.
That's absolutely right. That's right.
You don't gotta do all that.
And if you need somebody to clean yours, call your nanny or the maid, because I'm not
doing it. You don't need to go over there and be washing clothes.
Right.
No.
Picking up his laundry.
But
doing his grocery shopping.
A lot of them do.
Uh-huh.
A lot of
I have done that. That's why I said.
They be in the boy mother house cleaning up. And I'm
like,
what are you doing in my house? He can clean up his own room.
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing that. But she's trying to impress him, and he's texting some other girl. He's texting the one who ain't coming over here to clean.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I like her because she's alpha. She's going to hold something down. I can depend on her. She's going to make me keep myself together. She's not going to let me get over on her. She helps
Don't
me
do
to
it,
rise.
Because you're cleaning up the room for the next chick that's going to come visit, and it's going to be nice and clean already. I'm trying to tell y'all some good stuff.
And y'all know,
you better talk to your seasoned friends and your talk to your people who have been through.
I gotta come back, y'all. I gotta come back because being a mother of boys is got girls, but being a mother of boys, listen, men have a way of doing too much too. When they not, you just trying to date her. Don't be going and spending. Listen, I might get some hate mail after this. Don't be going and spending your whole paycheck on some woman that ain't your wife.
My son burned up a microwave because the girl didn't talk to him.
Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, men
And
do
I
the
feel like a
same
lot of
thing
times
too.
with the guys, they may not have a lot of the domestic skills, so they spend money. That's what they
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
They be trying to buy their way to these girls' hearts, and I dare say that's almost worse than cooking and cleaning.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't be spending it. No.
Let that first date be at the smoothie shop. She don't need a dinner for the first date.
First date.
You'd be like, he's trying to impress me. No, you're already impressed when you gave him your phone number, miss.
Yes.
You don't need to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
Men, come
and they
talk to
do
me.
things like, okay, so if I bought her this exuberant, and my favorite, I remember a situation with one of my sons for Valentine's Day. And I mean, he spent buku, and she was just a girlfriend. He spent buku money on her. And my conversation to him, okay, so then when her birthday comes, what you going, what do you do next? Where do you go from here? You done gave her 4 or 5 gifts just for Valentine's Day. Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to say, brothers do it too. Brothers do it too.
And before we move on, Miss B said, she says single until marriage, investigate them, date them, and have a limited amount of time for marriage or move on. A lot of women are desperate for a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of, my thought process. And like Lisa said, the key, oh my gosh, you dropped jewels. Like, I'm 1000% with you. The communication is everything. Even though people lie sometimes and they may say something and it wind up not being, if you lay that foundation down from the beginning, listen, I'm just looking for A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and you guys are on the same page, then you're not going to sit there, 2 years later waiting for him to put a ring on it, and he's never not doing that. Yeah. And then you all upset, when if you would have asked questions from the beginning, you might have kind of had a better idea of where things were headed. So,
or having children into a situation that is not a stable situation for you, and you're bringing babies into it.
Yeah.
And just to those out here dating, to our single friends and viewers, to those out there dating, we're not saying that on the first onset, you first meeting somebody, you grilling them. Don't do that.
Oh, please don't scare them.
Don't scare them. That's not what we saying. But by the time you get to your third, your third to fourth or fifth date, you should be starting to have, some kind of conversation. You should be able to feel out and get, some clarity about where you want to go and be able to verbalize it. So that way, you're not spending all your time waiting on, like you said, 2 years later, you still waiting for somebody to put a ring on it. And then you all huffing and puffing, he don't really love me. This, that, and the third.
Phones and
right, and going, girl.
This is why I love this. See, y'all don't know. Hot Topics is deeper. Listen, y'all ain't know you was going to get some whole dating advice tonight. Okay? For free.
For free. We have more.
Been there, done that.
There's more.
Oh, then we need to do it. We need to do a show.
We can have a private Zoom group.
Yeah.
Just look us up.
Yeah. There is so much more. But y'all, I want to get another one of my topics in before we get out of here. So I want to talk about, it is me, right, Key? I'm up next. Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk about employers roll out stay interviews as a record number of Americans are walking off their job. And so I kind of found that to be really interesting, especially as we are dealing with COVID, as we're dealing with, the pandemic. A lot of Americans are looking for stay-at-home jobs that are taking them out of the actual, I guess, working in, the public arena, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So I found this, topic really interesting. Americans are walking away from their jobs in record numbers as employees are reevaluating the relationships they have with their employers. To keep workers happy on the job, more companies are turning to stay interviews, one-on-one meetings with top performers to give those key people the chance to talk about what works and what doesn't work about their current jobs. Managers who conduct stay interviews are coached to ask workers open-ended questions about what they like most about their jobs, what they dislike, and under what events or circumstances they might leave. The idea, Hopper said, is to ask questions similar to what employees might be asked in exit interviews, but before they actually quit. So they're trying to do this before people actually quit the job. It gives employees more of a voice as far as the good, the bad, and the ugly, she said. So, my question to you is, what do you think about this? Is it a good idea to help with retention? Would you feel comfortable and open to having this type of discussion with full disclosure? How do you feel? Would you be, open to it? Do you feel like it would benefit you? Would it benefit others? What's your thoughts on this, ladies? And to our viewers, what's your thoughts?
I think that it is a fantastic idea, because oftentimes employers don't, I don't want to say they don't realize until the people leave, but they really don't know the deep down. They don't take the time out a lot of times to talk to their people to kind of see, what is going on, what they're thinking, until it's too late. And so sitting them down, with a stay interview, I kind of feel like it's a good thing. You want to try to catch things before they escalate to the point where people are leaving, number one. But I'm gonna go a little bit deeper than that. My current employer, my supervisor, does something that I really admire, and it's something that I feel like if more leadership, if more people in leadership positions did this, then they would be able to hold on to their people a little bit better. Having like weekly check-ins, with your people, taking the time out to, no matter how busy you are, to sit down with your, and it can be, professional, it can be personal, whatever it is that you need to vent about something, whatever, just having that open door policy to where they're open to come in and say, hey, actually, now that you mention it, it is something going on. I have been feeling away, and being able to just keep that open lines of communication open, because when you don't do that, then you have people that are holding all of this stuff inside. They come to work, they start hating their job. They're looking for jobs without you knowing it. They're miserable. And you're not even paying them no mind and don't even know until they go to, submit their letter of resignation, and then they be sitting there looking like, well, dang, I didn't even know that anything was wrong. Come on now.
You know what?
Then they ask the question. I'm sorry. Then they ask the question, is that company recruiting someone else from my department? Because they're nervous.
Yeah.
Totally nervous.
And even though you got to watch the companies that don't do exit interviews, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, that's bothersome to me, because I feel like if you have a high turnover rate and people are dropping off like 1,000 and you're not taking the time out to ask, I mean, yes, the person can refuse it, but at least ask, because then you can kind of find out what is happening and try to fix it.
Right.
So clearly, if you're not doing that, then you just don't care that people are, leaving.
Right. And I think fully it has to do with the type of management. I think people, they absolutely have to have a really comfortable relationship, so to speak, with the management. Because if your management is just, nonchalant, a hardtail, always constantly barking up your butt, you don't want to talk to them. You just don't, you don't want to talk to them. And so I think it has to do a lot with management, and having that open door policy, and that the individual, the employee, feels comfortable that when I voice my concerns, or I share what's going on, that I'm not, my head's not going to be on the block.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because sometimes, you know, when people say, you know, express what's going on, then they put a target on their back.
Mhm.
People shouldn't feel like that, you know, they are going to be targeted and, you know, mistreated because, you know, they opened up about some concerns. Because I really
Yeah.
feel as though management needs help. Management needs training and guidance, and, you know, and I don't care who you are, there's always more that you can learn. There's growth. If you're not growing in whatever, you know, role you're playing and role that you're, you know, administering in, what are you doing for? That's just my thought.
Yeah. Absolutely. And at least make me feel like, I mean, if you don't care, like make me feel like you care. You know what I mean? Like genuinely like ask, you know, how things are going. Is there anything I can help you with? Don't just like, you know, be all passive aggressive with it, say it, and you know you really don't mean it. You be like low key, like, oh, please, like, I hope she don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like be authentic with it.
And don't have ulterior motives. I know where we came from. We had somebody over top of us. She may have asked how things were going on, this, that, and the third, but she had ulterior motives.
He did.
She had ulterior. She didn't
Yeah.
really care.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
oh, did I say that with feeling? I did.
You did, but it's okay.
I still feel some kind of way about that. I gave them 20
Yeah.
years of my life.
And you're free now.
Won't he do it? Won't he? No. At a cost. At a cost.
No.
Yeah, at a cost.
Don't get
That
me.
ain't gonna be
Look, don't
always.
get me testifying about my little situation because I'm gonna run this into the 10 o'clock hour.
Girl.
And I'm free too.
She said, I'm free.
You want me? We got time for this last one.
You gotta talk about the bacon. You gotta talk about
All right.
the bacon.
We gotta talk about the bacon, but I ain't want to get fussed out. You know, I don't want no problems, man. All right, so I'm gonna try to run through this one quickly, y'all, because this is listen. All right, so a woman swaps out the roommate's food with vegan alternatives and ends up charged with a felony. Okay, so just the tagline alone is just enough to be like, huh? So a woman claims that she pressed charges against her roommate after she switched her typical food out with vegan alternatives, leading to disastrous consequences. So basically, there was a story of a woman who is looking for a replacement roommate after one of hers moved out. She met this young lady who said that she was a vegetarian, but it wasn't a problem for her if her roommates weren't. So a day after she moved in, the young lady apparently said she wanted to do something nice. So she cooked pancakes, bacon strips, and hash browns. Now notice, I don't know how many vegan viewers are out there or people who are vegan friendly, but when you hear the word bacon strip, it's normally not bacon. If it's bacon, people just gonna say bacon. Okay, they're not gonna say bacon strips. So the woman said that she cooked hash browns, pancakes, and bacon strips. So she had some severe allergies, but she didn't mention them when asked what was in the food. So basically, she told the young lady that it was regular bacon. And she's saying not that if it was fake bacon, you know, not that it was fake bacon or it had soy in it. So the young lady said she took a few bites and something tasted off, and then the young lady said, I bet it tastes exactly like meat. And the young lady who ate it began to panic because she's allergic to soy. So she says the young lady who cooked the food began apologizing, but the other young lady was already going into shock. So it goes on to just say that, you know, she was hospitalized, and she filed a complaint with the police department because food tampering is a felony. She said luckily her friend had filmed the incident and the other young lady pled guilty to a low degree felony and received community service instead of jail time. She also ended up suing the other young lady for compensation and hospital fees, and she won that case as well. And it led the young lady who did the cooking to have her college scholarship canceled, and she went into debt. So we want to know, what are your thoughts? You know, like, was the young lady wrong? You know, she caught herself doing something nice, but you know, the thing that kind of stuck out to me in the story was that the woman said she had some severe allergies but didn't mention them, when she was talking about cooking the food. I kind of feel like if she would have put that out there, then the lady wouldn't have served it to her because she'd have known that she had an allergy. But what do y'all think? Do you think that was her responsibility to say, hey, I can't have soy?
Yes.
Well, if she was cooking bacon and what else she was cooking? Some potatoes?
Hash browns and pancakes.
Do we normally know there's soy in these things?
No.
I mean, if I tell you I'm cooking bacon and some hash browns, I'm gonna make some bacon strips and some hash browns. Like, okay, maybe that's how she talk. I don't know. It's bacon. You're allergic to soy. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, and by the way, I'm allergic to soy. I didn't say I was cooking soy. But
right,
we who are not vegetarians don't know that.
Don't know the lingo. Yeah.
Inside of these, I heard plant-based and something or another, but I don't know all the stuff that they be putting in there. It's not normally in my bacon.
I'm kind of,
I kind of feel bad.
The lady
I kind of feel both sides of it.
Right.
Go ahead, Lady J.
Right, because you knew from the jump that this lady, she's a vegetarian. That's like,
I don't know why she offered to cook.
That's like when we go hang out with Shay. Y'all already know what she's serving.
Right.
You already know.
So if I wanted meat that day, I just wouldn't eat there. Because I know.
Or you ate your meat before you got there.
Yeah, something like that. Or after.
Y'all listen, I'm gonna tell y'all a funny, not so funny story, but the reason why, and I was telling my husband about this that happened the other day, I had never shared that story with him, but the reason why I feel both sides of it is because I feel like it's just like if I have a shellfish allergy and somebody says, that they're cooking dinner, I feel like I'm gonna make it clear, before, I can say, that I just won't eat that, but sometimes with certain allergies, even preparing it in the same space or splashing some juice or the aroma or whatever can trigger, something to happen. And this is a true story, y'all. It happened to me and I wanted to kill him dead. So an ex of mine tricked me into eating deer meat one time. And I didn't know, and I knew that it tasted awful, but Jackie laughed about I'm still mad. I got mad all over again when I was telling the story the other day. Because I kind of feel like, and when I was reading the story and read how the girl was like, ta-da, you didn't know that as the girl was sitting there choking, getting ready to croak over. But I kind of have an attitude with people who don't do that to people. Don't try to, if it's my husband and I know what his allergies are or whatever, then I might do that. I ain't gonna lie. I might make him some vegan chicken or something, try to slide it in just to be smart, because he be swearing up and down that he know the difference. But don't do that to nobody. You got tell me I'm eating steak, and I'm sitting here like they're like, it's good, ain't it? And I'm like, well, yes, it's kind of good, but it don't taste like steak. And then after I done ate it all, you gonna tell me I ate some daggone deer meat? Y'all, I was about to be on the first 48. I'm trying to.
Can we read Miss Victoria?
What she say?
No, you gotta read it, and you gotta call her name too.
Oh my God.
She's on Facebook.
Yeah. You see it? She said, Miss Victoria said, I'ma say it, y'all. I'ma say it. Miss Victoria said, stop serving fake food. If you are vegan or vegetarian, stop trying to eat things that are like what you are not supposed to be eating.
Right, man, because no, she was the first one all on the cooking challenge.
She said, stop serving fake food.
She sound like somebody else talking about when I mentioned plant-based chicken.
There's no such thing.
I want to chime in and I want to say this: having
chicken is vegan.
Having a seafood allergy, and that's just me. Having a seafood allergy. Hey Sunshine, if somebody else is cooking and I'm not the one cooking, if somebody else is cooking, I ask what's in food, because I know that if I go mess around with some shrimp, certain crab, or yes, we getting the but any of that, I know I'm going to be a blowfish. I'm going into shock. So I ask, and so I feel like it's also the person's responsibility. If you know that you have some type of allergies to certain foods, then you should say so. And because I think I kind of feel as though the responsibility falls on both individuals. At the same time, yes, sir.
I want to jump in there on this one because she substituted her food. She messed with her food. All she had to do was come in there, eat her little yard clippings, and everything would have been fine. But no, she wants to come in there and change that woman's food. She was eating her pork, and she was okay. You can't look. You can't put your will on somebody else.
Y'all know what?
Miss B actually said that in the comments. She said we need to stop trying to change everyone's diet. She's saying the same thing. Yeah.
Oh
but
my
God. But the crazy part about it is later on towards the end of the story, the young lady who filed the complaint and stuff like that, she was putting it out there to people. Was she wrong because she feels kind of bad that the young lady was just trying to do something nice, and now she lost her education and she had all this bad.
I feel like she went kind of far with that.
She needs to stay out of her growth.
The penalty was a bit much.
Yeah.
But I think that the reason
everything.
I'm surprised that she still got that felony. I mean, I understand
they treat her like she robbed the bank.
Look,
I don't say she necessarily was tampering
because I don't feel like she
offered
she let her know that she was cooking for her.
Let me tell you this: you take my bacon, you gonna get some prison time.
Okay, so on that note, I think
9 months.
They laughing at
like he had bacon yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Or what is Spence calling rabbit food?
Rabbit food.
Y'all protect me.
Shout out to Spence.
Y'all look out for me. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna close out on that note because y'all done got him all heated up, all worked up over here. And so I'm gonna go upstairs and make him some vegan ribs or something or another.
No such thing.
I might get beat down.
No such thing.
Oh my gosh.
Pork is vegan too. Have you ever seen a hog eat meat? It's vegan.
Okay, so we're gonna close out on that. Y'all, this was some good stuff. I love when we close out on something crazy. Although it was a serious topic, it really has, it's funny. It's funny. So we thank everybody for joining us tonight. Now y'all want to, who's that? I don't know. Somebody want to call me now in the middle of Victory Talk. Don't they know we on the air? All right, y'all. So we are excited to be back with you guys once again, and we are looking forward to being right here with you guys next week at the same time, 7 p.m. for Victory Talk. Lisa, we love when you come on Victory Talk. And we know you like to be behind the scenes, but we love seeing your pretty face. So we're excited. And next month, Miss Victoria, you're going to have to come back and make another appearance because you sure got a whole lot to say in the background. So I am your host, Lady J, and my girl.
It's your girl, Key, signing off. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Y'all have a good night.